Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm actually here today with the makeup I've hit pan on. I've done a bunch of these in the past. I can link them down below for you. The last one I did, I had actually had to show a crap ton of products because I hadn't filmed one in a long time. But this time I decided to actually do it like in a reasonable amount of time. So I have done one of these recently, but it was all stuff from 2018. This is all new stuff that well, if you follow my Project Pans and Pan That palette, you've probably seen at least some of these, but some of these you probably haven't, so stay tuned. Yay. Anyways, I guess I'll start with my Pan That palette for the year because this is going up after the most recent update, so I don't feel like I'm spoiling you or anything, because I literally just filmed the update. Although I have repressed one of the shades from last year that I hit pan on. So it's gonna look a tiny bit different, but not in any way that actually matters. So this is the Urban Decay Deluxe Shadow Box palette. Yes, I know my Z palette is disgusting. I need to take everything out and clean it. I just haven't, but so the shades that I've hit pan on this year are Fishnet, Graffiti, and Underground. And as you can see, I did recently repress Ransom so that it is much easier to use. And since I've already spoiled this one that I literally hit pan on today, so this is brand new, but this is from my Bad Habit Aphrodite palette. As you can see, I ripped a shade out just to make it easier on me to use. But in less than a month, I hit pan on the cream shade in Koi. Well, it's called Koi. So these are really powdery, I've discovered. Like, they have a ton of pigment, and I don't know if they're still for sale or not, because I know that the Hush website disbanded or discontinued or whatever you want to call it, but I know that's no longer a thing. I don't know if Bad Habit is no longer a thing as well, because that's like the main place that you could get it from. That I don't know, but these are good palettes for like, I think they're like 12 bucks. I don't know, I got mine in a swap, so I didn't pay anything for it. But they're good palettes. Like I said, they're just powdery. They're very powdery, so be aware of that. But that's why I hit pan on it so fast. So I think that's all for that palette. Like, my Hoola bronzer is in here because it's the next bronzer I want to pan, but I've had that pan on it forever, so that is nothing new. Now, next is actually something from my palette roulette. I forgot words for a minute. I haven't updated it in forever because it took me forever to hit pan on one of the shades in it. I actually hit pan on 2 shades in this palette, but one of them is kind of a cream matte, and one of my rules for that was I didn't want to count any creams for that. I wanted, you know, crease shades and lid shades and stuff like that. Like, I wanted stuff that was a little bit harder to hit pan on, and yeah, so this is Wet n Wild's Not a Basic Peach palette. As you can see, I hit pretty major pan in that top shade. But the one that I wanted to count for the thing, so I will be updating that soon, is this bottom shade right here. That it only has a little bitty bit of pan, but that's all you need. That's all I need for that project. So I need to update my list for that and collect my palette list so that I can draw something new, because I've decluttered some stuff. I've bought a bunch of stuff because palettes are one of the things that I really love. So I have a lot. Like, way too much for a normal person, but it's my thing, so I don't really care. Let's see, I have 2 cream highlighters. This is actually in my Finish 19 and 2019 Project Pan. So it is the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter in Pearl, and I have a ton of pan in there. Now, this is still going to take me a few more months to finish up because it just has a lot of freaking product in it. So let's see, how much product do you have? You have 0.17 ounces or 5 grams. Like, that's a crap ton of product. But to be fair, I wear a lot of highlights, as you can see. Like, I don't have a problem hitting pan on highlighters too often. There's just still a lot of product, so it takes me a while to finish them. And the other cream one I have is this ColourPop Super Shock one in Hippo. These aren't that different. Like, this is 4.2 grams and this is 5 grams. I thought there was way more in that one. But I did get this at a swap, so I got this somewhat used, but I hit pan on it pretty quickly. I mean, This is such a pretty shade, and it's one that I wanted forever from the ColourPop Super Shock highlighter line. It's like 1 in the morning when I'm filming, so apparently my brain is starting to die. Next is actually my face palette for the year that I'm trying to pan. It is in my Finish 20 by 2020, but this is the e.l.f. Total Face Palette, and I have hit pretty major pan in the highlight and bronzer, and I have not hit freaking pan on either of the blushes yet. This is the blush that I'm primarily working on, and it's starting to develop a dip, but I know that that actually goes pretty far down. Anyway, get a close-up shot. This is the highlight. Major pan in there, but like I said, I wear a lot of highlight. And the bronzer, while it doesn't have as much pan, I think will finish first because I wear a good bit of bronzer to cover up the fact that I am a ghost. It doesn't always work. I'm still pretty darn pale, but I try. So yeah, I actually figure I'll probably finish this like in the next 2 months. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, I also have the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder. I've actually since finished that, but I will insert a picture that I posted on my Instagram of it with major pan here. I think I've actually hit everything. Now there was one other thing that I had in here. It was my Steal It in the Garden eyeshadow. It was a matte cream eyeshadow. I actually finished that. It's now off in my empties, so I don't have that here to show you because I don't have my empties in the same room as my office. They are in my bathroom where I use up a lot of my stuff. But yeah, so that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it. And hopefully I will see you later. Bye!